Child rearing, call it parenting, promotes and supports the physical, emotional, social, spiritual, intellectual development of a child from infantry to adulthood. But how many parents actually do this for their children? That is where the statistics go, vice versa. And sometimes we find it very hard to make this all match up. Ladies and gentlemen, today on the show, I have so much to discuss with you guys. And in specific, I want to talk to those students that are in tertiary institutions. When I say university, someone is going to say we are left out. Though I'm capitalizing on them, I'll be talking to everybody. You know, if you are in the age gap of finding love, then you are basically my target for today. So you gotta sit back, relax, because we have so much to discuss about. Parents have not told you much about relationships from infantry up to high school. And here you go to the university where there is this whole blast of freedom that you're jumping into, freedom to interact with the opposite sex, freedom to do whatever you like. The big question is, how possible is it for you to balance and make sure you don't get yourself into trouble?
Hi everyone, my name is Julian. I'm a medical student and I'm in a tertiary institute. I'm very proud to be here and I'm willing to share with you everything. I'm ready for all the questions, for whatever is way.
You are so beautiful. Someone out there watching us will definitely want to know, you're single, mingling, what's happening?
Right now, I'm in a relationship.
Okay. Now the first thing I want to ask you is, you are a medical student.
I am.
How is life out there for a girl child who is having freedom to do anything that she wants?
It is always an inquisitive environment for us. That's what I can call it.
Okay.
Because you are not sure what you're going into. You are not sure what your emotions are transpiring through, because these are a midst of a lot of amazing experiences that we really got.
When was the first time your parent ever told you anything to do with relationships?
The first time my parent talked to me about a relationship was to really sit me down, was in lockdown.
And which stage of school were you in?
I was newly introduced into this tertiary school I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah.
First year, probably.
Yeah.
Why do you think was it mom or dad?
It was mom.
Why do you think did she decide to talk to you?
I don't know her reasons.
Okay.
But maybe one of the reasons, maybe because we were in her environment enough to observe different things, and maybe because she had time, or maybe
because of the lockdown she had time.
Yeah.
Okay. When she talked to you, what were her main topics? If you can give me a highlight of about two.
Her main topics was, number one is that the goal of every other ideal girl is to have a beautiful home, one she can call home. And if patience is there, that will be achieved. That was one.
Wow.
And the second one was, there is always home. There is this saying where people, like we females in the African, move from our homes to our spouse's home.
Yeah.
And we tend to live this life.
Yeah.
And move on.
You're leaving your father's and mother's home,
yeah,
to go and start a new life with your boyfriend.
No, actually at that point he should be a husband.
Okay. Hey, it has to be to that level.
Yeah.
You mean, okay, let me ask you this one from a personal point. Have you ever tried cohabiting with a boyfriend?
That is, okay, I don't want to directly say yes or no, but I want to answer it in my mother's words.
Okay.
She said, it is better to go and stay for a week or two
with a boyfriend?
With a person.
Okay.
Wait, with a person, to be able to understand them, because that is better than meeting someone 2 days, 3 days, and pregnancy forces you to stay with them.
That's a very wise statement.
Yeah. So.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching us right now, I want you to know that knowledge is like a garden. If it's not well cultivated, it can never be harvested. And that's why we're having this detailed conversation, putting you in the shoes of that girl, that boy that is at a tertiary institution, doing whatever they like, but at the end of the day, they have hopes for a future. They say until lions learn to tell their own stories, hunters will always be the heroes, you know? I know each one of you from a certain tertiary institution, talk about the universities, probably a college. You have your own story of what really is happening to you right now. Probably you're a first year, a finalist, a middle year. You have your drama that you've been facing. You have your ghost in your closet. You have your skeleton following you. Well, feel free to share with us with the number that is crossing on the screen. You'll be interacting with MC Shugga directly. Yes, we can have a one-on-one because I know you could have your own side of the story that we are not listening to. Today, I'm only using Julian as a case study, and probably her life may be different from yours. Hers could be smooth. You can hear from the first stage, mom talking to her. That's a kudos for her. What about you who has nobody talking to you, not even your foster parents trying to advise you about issues concerning relationships? Well, before we proceed, I want to send a special shout out to Alex Fashions UG. He's responsible putting these outfits together here, me looking so fly. Someone told me you're looking yummy. Yummy means food, but I'm not looking like food though. I'll be giving you digits to Alex Fashions UG if you want to get outfits from him, talk about shoes, t-shirts, some denims, just everything extra. Back to Julian right about now. Julian, there's a lot that I want you to break down.
Okay.
For a student out there to either share with you or else see the difference. For you, you were lucky to have your mother talk to you. Now someone out there doesn't have maybe a parent talking to them about such stuff. Do you think you would be at a disadvantage if mom never talked to you?
There is information out there.
Are you for real?
It just varies who gives you the information, and
Okay.
where you get information from also makes you either value it or not.
Or not?
Yes.
Give me like 3 sources.
Number 1, there is the commonest, internet.
Okay.
Number 2, the immediate friends, the
Okay.
people you talk to, your environment. It's there to define you. Number 3, the spouse you're with always has something to tell you.
First, hold it right there. I'm going to take those 3 avenues differently. You say internet.
Yes.
I'm looking at this small girl that is coming from Kabera Maido. She's meeting her smartphone for the first time. She even doesn't know that there is actual information for her.
Yeah.
How is she going to survive?
So there is always internet. Why? Internet, what do you need? Everyone can get information from internet even when they're alone. It's accessible. I don't know how to specify this, but information is there.
Is there for
Everything is
everybody.
on internet. And what makes it more worse is that even us can put information on internet for another
for other
person
people to access.
Good.
All right, let's shift it to avenue number 3. I'm going to skip number 2. Okay, for reasons I know better. You talked about boyfriend.
Yes.
What about if this guy is going to take advantage of your naivety? Aren't you afraid of that?
There is being honest and being genuine is one of the things that make someone naive into this world.
Okay.
So when a person doesn't know and they are inquisitive or they need to know, they will always be inquisitive to know things. So
Okay.
it puts that vulnerable girl, her life is put at that boyfriend's hands to decide whether to take it to the good path or bad path.
The bad path, yes.
Yes.
What about if he chooses to take her the wrong way? Say, for example, there are boys who are cheeky, most especially around Kampala.
Yeah.
when he realizes that there's so much that you don't know, natandika okusikiriza agamba, why don't you come and pay me a visit? And his intention is to take you down sexually. Isn't that going to put this girl at a paddock position?
It has put many. That's what I can tell you. It has put many girls. And no one is there that is saying that that is a trick. No one is giving us the tricks. No one is giving us that what you did, when you say this, it will lead to this. When you go for a visit, it will lead to this. To make matters worse, we just see memes. And
do those memes teach you anything?
The memes just make it funny. We laugh. And not that we have experienced it all. We have just seen a few.
But at least I'm very sure, even if you are in a relationship right now, can I guess that this is not your first, or, okay, this is not your first relationship? You've been through other relationships, have you?
I want to speculate, I want to bring this out loud. There is something called a relationship. There is something called courtship. There is another called dating. There is another called marriage. Yeah?
Now I'm talking about different partners.
Yeah, so why I'm saying that out is that sometimes when someone expresses their love to you, especially us girls, we tend to think that maybe now that's a relationship. We do not know where, what ends where, and to who gets what. When a man comes to you and walks to you and tells you how nice you look and takes you on a date, you get, and speaks their point of view, and maybe we like, let me give me some time, I'm going to give you a response. Even before a response, they are caring for you like your boyfriend or like your spouse. You tend to sometimes hold back the answer. And at the end of it all, you've been on a couple of dates with this person, he is calling you my love, but he has not even waited to listen for your say. No, this is the world, air out, I'm not going to dream. Tell me you love me. Tell me you want to be in a relationship with me.
Okay.
Tell me you're in love with me, and why do you think there is, will you marry me?
Jeez. Julian, there's someone once told me that girls actually read the letters from the envelope, inside the envelope. They don't wait for you to unleash the letter and show them.
Some girls are nice. Some men are nice. They are born like that. They are nice. Me giving you a hanky when you are crying is not a sign
That take me home.
Nice.
This is brand new. I'm learning this for the first time. What? So if someone is nice to you, that doesn't conclude and seal the deal.
You are nice to me. You've taken me on dates. You've cared for me. Can you please air it out? Can you please tell me right now, would you love to hang out with me? Then I get to know you. With time, can I be in a relationship with you?
Okay. What about if this dude has completely failed to tell you that? What would you do? He's not saying anything, he's already calling you sweetheart.
That's where we get it wrong.
So are you going to bounce me?
No.
Simply because I've not said the word?
Actually, if I were, by the time you assume we are dating, I assume we are friends.
Are you?
So there I'm able to air out my views and able to ensure that I tell you, or don't you think this is nice, or on a friendly zone.
Would
understand?
you push me to say the word?
I guess so. So that I get it right.
What about if you didn't like me? Would you even go for multiple dates?
So here comes another thing. When you are in a relationship, let me say, and you are going on dates with this man, he asked you to be his girlfriend, you are in dating, you're not in courtship, you're not getting to know each other, you're dating, you're above that. So when you're above that, that is not there. But when you're in courtship, this man is telling you he loves you, but he has not decided, he has not heard your say. you've not come to an agreement
Yes,
that
that
to
I
be in
love
a
you too.
to be in a relationship or to date, you are free.
And isn't that what most girls are doing at the university?
Yeah,
And isn't that a problem?
that is not the problem.
What is the problem?
The problem is how we perceive all this.
You or
You are going to perceive it that I'm cheating, but the fact that I already know it's not a yes for you, I'm going to give another man an opportunity.
jeez. Oh my goodness. So if someone is not saying their intentions, that puts them at a risk of losing you.
Yes.
Guys, those I think, okay, how quick should I say my intentions to you? Sometimes I think it is too early.
No.
I've talked to
Intentions-
girls who tell me that, like, you talk to a girl and she's like, "Anze toso akungamba nti onjagala on the first date or second date." What about if there's a gap, like a very huge gap between my first date and second date? Won't I lose you in the course?
You see? So what I can say,
Yeah.
there is no time limit put on that.
Okay.
You can say it even if it's the first day. Listen to what I have to say. There is something I would like all girls to have, is confidence. If all girls are confident, able to say out how they feel, able to speak out, and another confidence should be in men. You should be able to say now I'm taking another step. You can't make a girlfriend and from girlfriend you want a wife. Grow her.
Ears that do not listen accompany the head when it is getting chopped. So I hope you're taking yourself some notes. Right here, still with Julian. I'm enjoying the conversation. I hope you are enjoying too. And now the question, just like I promised earlier on, is Julian, we see a lot of cute girls doing medical courses, doing nursing and stuff like that. Definitely at the end of the day, tugenda mu malwaliro ne tusinkanayo bannurses abakabi abanyirira. And yet, I've gone to so many high schools and I see that it is usually the cute girls that are doing art subjects.
Which schools do you go to?
Well, I would not say every school, but at least I've gone to a couple of schools where you find like the science class is first of all small, secondly, fewer girls, thirdly, the girls are there. Now I told Jay, you know, you go to the nursing schools, medical schools, man, the girls are hot. Giving you as an example right here.
Yeah, what I can say is that go to different schools. Me, I see these days, all girls are cute. It just takes time. Let girls, let them have the world. Let them have the different things that they think of, that they look on their Instagram.
Are you trying to say girls grow cuter as they?
I think so. And medical school girls are bright.
For real?
Yeah,
Are you saying they're a must to get to marry?
they are. I would recommend.
You recommend? Now they also say medical school girls are the most cheats of all time. Is that true? If true, why?
I think it is equal.
Hey,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
There are those because I don't know who you're calling a cheat.
Most of these cute girls, man, give us a lot of heart attack all the time. Umsangane Johnny, umsangane Peter, ne shortcut.
At what level? If I'm to ask, at what level is the relationship that you're saying she's
You're
a cheat?
posing that question for the second time.
Because you are just quoting her. You have not decided.
So
And
she has a right to quote another dude?
No, to be quoted by another dude.
Oh my goodness.
And at the end of the day, it is us that wait for the question. If we were the ones to say, will you marry me? It would be different.
So wait a minute. Would you only restrain yourself from cheating until this dude has said, would you marry me?
No, until dating.
Until dating.
Yes.
Okay,
but
that's
when
kind of better.
we are in courtship, you are airing out your views. Maybe you're waiting for me to air out, and then we decide on what level we are going to.
Let's drag this back to the medical school, to the university, to that tertiary institution. I'm looking at this girl who is quoting very many men, or very many of her classmates, or the guys she interacts with at college. What is the probability that, or how can she make sure she doesn't sleep around with all of them? Because so many are doing that in the intent of trying to discover, I'm trying to find out how good he is. Boom.
Number one, have your own limitations. Have your own principles that make you who you are. You can set a few. Sit down and look at the things that make you easily sleep with other men, because it won't give you value for yourself even. So if you have your own limitations, some limitations are hard. For example, a man won't know my home or won't know where I stay until they are certain people to me. You get?
Until they become somebody to you.
To you. Because that's your home, that's where you are in your relaxation. Number two, limit the phone calls, let's say. Not all your friends are supposed to call you beyond a certain period of time. And what I know is that through those limitations is where the beauty lies. That's what I can tell the women.
You are a final year, right? Final year student.
Yeah.
Don't you think there is that pressure that comes with your finalizing, and you haven't yet reached the stage of courting, or let's say dating this guy now, and you're about to leave school, so you're afraid of losing him, so you're going to have to force yourself to rush things a little bit?
When you rush, you crash. But when we are in our final, we started with many, but most are like in stable relationships. Others have moved in, others are married, others are pregnant. It kind of seems to be pressure, but everyone has their time. Okay. That's what I can say. And to make it not on our side, it's always the man to decide. It's him to decide, let me go to see your parents. Let me go and let me propose to you. It is the man to decide. That's why even when the firstborn is a girl and the secondborn is a girl and the thirdborn, you can find that the thirdborn gets married earlier. Yeah. It is not the qualities that maybe she's cute or she's pretty. It's the people we are with. Maybe the person you're with has not yet decided.
Everybody
to keep
has
you.
their time.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the only scare we have is for someone to waste my dating time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was about to ask you that, when should you know that this dude is not only taking too long, but is wasting time? There is seeming to be nothing fruitful that is going to come out of this relationship. So, time to bounce.
There are targets as a person you set. At this level, I should be here. At this, I should be here. You set them, and you also secretly set for you and a couple. You as a couple.
As a couple, yes.
So when you set those, there are things that even show just friendship. There are things you can look at and you're like, this friendship has grown. There are people who hold microphones on their wedding day. We have been wedding guests, and you hear, this one is no longer my brother. He's no longer my friend. He is my brother. Okay. He is home. The friendship grows. There are some friendships that don't grow. There are some friendships that are not intentional. There are some relationships. There are some people dating that are not going to make it. But you realizing that, the faster you do, the better. Okay.
So you need to pay attention and focus on the stages.
Yes. Focus on the stages. Pay attention to yourself and pay attention to your relationship as a couple. Wow. Give it time. Speak about it as a couple. That's when you can know, because men have learned the trick of always putting us in their plans, like, I want our house, because they know that prior, when there's less knowledge, we would know by them saying, I want to have a house. But then presently they can be like, I want our house, and they know they are lying.
Men can lie.
Yeah.
But still in the same intent, Julian is spitting a lot of info for you. I know some of it is looking like a lot of work. You're doing this course, you have another sub-course that you're doing of studying your man at the same time, your woman at the same time. Unfortunately, she's talking more on the side of the women, trying to give them the picture. But even you dudes have a lot to learn, either way as well. Well, as we finalize, Julian, I want you to help this girl understand when to say no to this relationship, jump to another one, continue, and how to withstand the pressure of saying I'm a finalist or even I'm graduating soon. How can I dump this dude? Is there hope after university?
There is no easy way I can bring it to them.
Okay.
It is up to them to decide, because even if you decide that you want the relationship, when the man doesn't want the relationship,
it's a waste of time.
It is hard. No, it's not a waste of time. It is hard to get him there.
Okay.
And apart from, like, if you're to reverse the same, it is easy when a man has decided, and it is easy for a woman to fall in. That's why men decide, I'm going to have my wedding at 32, and they start getting a wife at 31, a serial, and they land on someone 6 months their wedding. If that was possible for us, we would be far. We would think, because I cannot make someone want me. I can only be myself and pray that that person falls in line and wants me.
The God of Isaac, God of Jacob, God of Abraham needs to really be with you for you to figure this out. It is good that for us as men, we make the major decisions.
Yes.
So it is always upon us. And I'm going to have a gentleman on the next episode to give us further explanations of what is running, or what is that one thing that runs in your head. Because someone asked me and said, Shugga, I've dated this dude for over 6 years.
Yeah.
We were at the verge of me introducing him to my family. And he meets a different girl in 3 weeks. Boom, they are already going for a wedding.
Yeah.
What is the miracle?
So if I'm to add on to that, the longer a relationship lasts doesn't guarantee its
success.
Yeah, true. So
wow.
That's all.
And I'm like, no would I guess. Sometimes, okay, it's not wasting time, but when as you are in this relationship, don't just be there.
Yeah.
You need to invest in it.
Good.
Give it your attention, like study it like a course unit.
I want to tell this medical student that there is time. Understand yourself, love yourself, and let love dwell from you to other people, and it will be all well for you. I want to shout out to my mom and my dad and my siblings and my aunties and my best friend Becky. I love you. And I also want to give a special thanks to the man that I love and that loves me. I love you so much.
Okay, a take-home message right there coming from Julian. She has really spilled a lot of info. We've put ourselves in a position of parenting. So we are basically parenting you and giving you information that probably your parents do not have time to give you, or else you are always at loggerheads, or else you are accidentally learning from wrong friends and they're not feeding you the right way. I don't want to forget to send special shout outs to Alex Fashions UG, the man behind my looks. Give him business and don't disturb. Don't ask him, Simanya, are you single? Are you dating? Those things are not for him. His job is basically fashion. So check him out, and on all his socials as Alex Fashions UG. As for me and the entire team, man, big shout outs to people who are watching the show from upcountry. Imi, I know you're always watching the show from Tororo. I have people who watch the show from Gulu. There are people from Pakwachi, those from Barara. There's a friend from Kabale. I've forgotten your name, but man, I appreciate the fact that you're always on the show. Masaka, Sigenda Vida. Where else? You guys are all over, man. And then when it comes to city center, I can't mention all the areas, but Chireka, Banda, Naweru, Wawa, Mwena, Batumide Konyo, and I want to let it go at this particular moment, man. It's our time out. Stick on Magic1tv, so much coming out for you, game shows, music, movies. It's a weekend. There's just a lot of vibe for you. Stick around. I love you so much. I'm out.